Do you express yourself openly, or keep it all bottled inside? What is it that you feel that causes you to hide it inside of yourself, to display it so openly to others? Keep it all secluded. Sometimes I feel wonder, but lately I feel fear. So much fear it's sickening. Sickening to the point that I wake up every morning to heave a mixture of air and dry blood until my lungs writhe out in pain from coughing. Is it because I go to bed afraid? Afraid that the next time I dream I won't wake up? Oh, to be trapped in a nightmare thought up in your own mind and not even realize it for eternity. That is certainly a reason to shudder at night. But not enough for me. I think it used to be, but sometimes you see things that put your views into perspective. Sure, I concoct atrocities and disturbing fantasias in my state of non-lucidity. However, having my wits about me and feeling a sense of dread comparable to the moments leading up to death, that is something far worse than I could ever wish to dream up. I wish that I was dreaming, in fact, when I see these things, so I could know that the world is incapable of having such experiences in it. Sometimes I like to walk among the trees to hear what they hear, and breathe the same air as them. It's easy to forget just because something doesn't move doesn't mean it's not alive. Trees bleed, as you, and as me. I wish it weren't true, but I can't imagine a world where it isn't anymore. When you're walking among the trees, you can hear what they hear. So is it safe to assume that if you hear crying in the woods hears it as well? But when you're alone and the only other living thing foreseeable is just trees, is it safe to assume that one of them was crying? Is it insanity to willingly walk up to a crying tree and touch it? Is it madness to see a dark spot like a bruise on a piece of fragile fruit? It's soft like you'd imagine, not like the rest of the bark. And if you were to ever so slightly chip and peel away at the soft spot on the tree, it will indeed bleed. It will bleed while you look in shock and horror. It will bleed while you scream out for help. It will bleed when you run away back to your house. And it will still bleed as you watch out of your back window for hours, not sure of what to expect from this life anymore. Disassociating from a reality you no longer want to be a part of is a blessing in disguise. Until your mind fixates on something so disturbing to snap it back to this plane of existence. Still staring out of the window into the woods, but not actually looking, I notice there's something that is not native to that wooded area. Something standing so blood-curdling still as if it was one with the trees. I have stared into the abyss for hours, and it has taken its turn to stare back at me in the form of a little girl. She's far enough away to only make out minor details, but close enough to know that the dark sockets where her eyes are supposed to be are fixated on me. Is it wise to deduct that she was the crying and the bleeding in the tree? That maybe I disturbed her and now she watches me, unable to move because she is a prisoner in the wooded cell, her feet rooted into the earth as if she too was a tree? Surely that would be making logic of the illogical, but that doesn't make it true. The only truth I can be certain of is that she watches me with a look of such disdain and malice. I'm positive that she cannot move from that spot, or she is filled with such hatred at this very moment. She is not able to move her body. Regardless, it's something I need to be certain of. Upon a closer look, it's just as I thought. Where her feet should be are just a sharp entanglement of roots. Not only that, but they pierce through various spots of her body as if they grow right through her. I ask her why, and maybe my words make their way through the layers of caked blood and dirt. But maybe not, as she remains silent. Do all boys and girls become trees when they die? I ask. Without breaking her eyeless gaze, the black nothingness of sockets shoot right through me. Just because I cannot move does not mean I am not alive. Just because I cannot move does not mean I cannot kill. I can, and I will. Whispering like the wind, you can mistake her voice for one in your head. I wish I could mistake everything for being in my head, but I can't, so I go away instead. She's still out there, hour after hour, day after day. She hasn't moved. The look on her face growing more crooked and more spiteful with every new open wound punctured by a set of roots. I think to chop her down, but will it free her or will it kill her? What's the difference at this point? Only time will tell, it seems. I walk towards her, axe in hand. With the wind blowing in my face, I gently hear, "Do what you do, as will I." I chopped the roots around where her feet should be, and upon hacking the last one, she crumbled away like leaves into my hand, whispering a simple breeze to me. "Trees bleed as you and as me, and none of us will ever be free." With that, she returned to the earth. I can only wonder if she'll come back as the thing that condemned and confined her.